Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Author in the Spotlight, which is your chance to get to know the authors a little bit better in our upcoming children's mental health book. Today, I am joined by Amy. Good morning, Amy. How are you?
Morning, Cassie. Great to be here.
Amazing. Thank you for your time today. So, without further ado, I want to hand straight over to you and just ask you to tell us a little bit about yourself, about Amy, the person, hobbies, interests, that sort of thing. It'd be lovely.
I live in Gloucester in the UK with my two children. They're both diagnosed autistic. Um, my eldest is 13. He's at mainstream secondary school, doing really, really well. He loves school now. He didn't used to. We used to have horrendous issues getting him into school. And then I've got a 10-year-old daughter who presents with a PDA profile and has experienced traumatic events recently. So she's now out of school. I'm home medding her while she recovers. Um, they're both very, very different, and they keep me on my toes. I also have three cats. Um, and a very crazy cockapoo called Daisy. We got her to be a therapy dog for my daughter to help her to settle to sleep at night. But Daisy is just crazy every night, jumping on the bed, hiding under the bed. Um, so when I do get some free time, when I'm not seeing to the pets or the children or trying to get my daughter to sleep, I do enjoy cooking and baking. And I really enjoy arts and crafts, so painting, line drawing. I've got into diamond painting recently and macrame. And then if I get a chance to watch TV, like when the kids finally go off to their dads for the weekend, I do like a good crime drama.
Amazing. Wow, you are very busy. Very busy
Well,
lady.
yeah.
So, wow, that's amazing. And yeah, I love some of those crafts things. My children love the diamond art thing. They find it quite soothing with the action of it. So that's amazing. And they look stunning as well, actually, when they're finished. So that's awesome. Um, and then just moving on, do you want to tell us a little bit about your business and why you started it and who you help through that?
Okay, so my business is Magic Minds Family Hypnotherapy, and we support neurodivergent children and their families to feel calm, connected, and contented. So I originally started soon after my daughter was born as a hypnobirthing instructor. So I did hypnotherapy as I prepared for the birth of my daughter, and then I had a home birth and a pain-free and pain relief-free home birth with her. And so that really started my journey in hypnotherapy. And then as time went on, we realized that my son and also my husband at the time, they were both autistic and they both got a diagnosis. And then my daughter, when she was three and a half, she got a diagnosis as well, really early for a girl to get a diagnosis, especially without any global delay or learning difficulties. We were really lucky in that our pediatrician was doing a research project on autistic presentation in girls. So my daughter was actually like a case study. So we kind of got bumped to the top just to get things rolling. So that was really good. And so I've just for the last 16 and a half years, I've my world has been turned upside down by autistic members of the family. And so I've had to do a lot of learning. I'm neurotypical, but I remember it was Professor Tony Atwood. He talked about aspiration and how wives of autistic men could take on their kind of Asperger's symptoms, hence why it was called aspiration. So I do kind of empathize with some of the autistic traits. They've kind of rubbed off on me. Um, so yeah, so I kind of moved on from coaching and hypnobirthing to then working with children because so many people were coming to me saying, "Oh, do you work with children?" And so I thought, well, there's something in this here because so many people are waiting for a diagnosis, they're waiting for support from CAMS, and that can be years. And families are needing something now for their children, and especially the way schools are going, the number of children who come through my clinic who are school avoidant, highly anxious, and in burnout. And so that's basically who I work with. These children who are really, really struggling because school is not the right environment for them. And it's really affecting their mental health. And there isn't the support out there. The number of times, and I've heard it myself from CAMS about my daughter, oh, well, it's not a mental health issue, it's because they're autistic. And it really gets my goat. The fact that CAMS make a distinction between mental health and neurodivergence. They can't be combined, they're separate, and that's not the case. So with Magic Minds, I'm here as that go-to support for when there is no other support.
Amazing. And that is so, so needed. And, anybody that knows me, I won't even go there with the education system because this is about you and what you do, but it is so, so needed. And we're so grateful for the people that you help and the the things that you offer because it is so it's everywhere right now. It is literally everywhere. So thank you for a much needed support system for families. And so going on to the next sort of question, what was it that drew you into wanting to take part in the book, the children's mental health book?
Well, like I just mentioned, this thing that professionals see mental health and neurodivergence as mutually exclusive. And I just want to bring about awareness that neurodivergent children can also suffer with their mental health. And it's not because they're autistic or ADHD or whatever. It's because of the environment, really, and lack of support and lack of understanding from the people who are meant to be helping them. So, yeah, so I wanted to write my chapter of the book to just bring about awareness and to make other parents know that they're not alone, that there's lots of children out there who are really, really struggling, and that there is help out there, but you just have to know where to look for it and not rely on the usual route of waiting for CAMS.
Yes, definitely. And then that is, a big part of why I've done the book and I do the summit is because again, the systems in place aren't giving the parents the support that they need. And so I'm really grateful that you came and are part of this really exciting book. And so without giving too much away, do you want to share a bit about what your chapter talks about? People have probably guessed a bit by now.
My chapter's about children in burnout. So I go through the journey of how children have meltdowns or shutdowns after school, and how if they don't recharge their battery, their emotional battery, then they end up in burnout, and that really means that they're drained and they struggle to really function with everyday tasks. It gets to that point, and how the best thing to do is not to try and push them into school and just lower demands and create an environment where they can just fully recharge, restore themselves, and find joy in the things they love, rather than just pushing them into school and doing the things that are causing damage to their mental health.
Amazing, and it is an amazing chapter, and it is very powerful, as is the rest of the book. So if you want to find out more, then please do keep your eyes peeled for the release date and grab the book so as you can read Amy's chapter. And so if all of your contact details are within the book, but obviously people watching this, is there a place that you, because we tend to be here, there, and everywhere, but is there a best place for people to go to contact you if they want to find out more about you and the work that you offer?
I have a Facebook page, Magic Minds Family Hypnotherapy, and my website, it's about to be redone, but that will have a comprehensive kind of outline of all the services I offer, and that's magicmindshypnotherapy.co.uk.
Amazing. And I will put a link with this interview as well when it goes out. So if you do want to find out more about the work that Amy does and how she could potentially support you, then please do reach out to connect with her. So before we just sort of wrap up completely, is there anything else that you wanted to say or add that I haven't covered today?
Not really. I just want to thank you for putting the book together. I've read all the chapters, and while there's lots of different topics, there's quite a bit of overlap, which is really interesting. And I found that it's opened up quite a few questions for further investigation. So yeah, perhaps it needs to have a follow-up book. I don't know. But thank you, Cassie, for putting it all together and giving me the opportunity to write what I really wanted to get out there.
Amazing. And thank you again for your contribution. And it is a powerful book. And I love how and this tends to happen a lot in books and in the summit as well, is that there are overlapping thing which just shows that it is a valid point, and it hopefully will help the reader see that it's something. And even myself, having read the chapters, it has opened some more questions. And you're constantly learning, constantly, moving forward in things. So yeah, it is a really powerful book. So do please keep a lookout for it. Thank you again for your time today, Amy.
Thank you.
And for now, take care, everybody, and join us again soon for another author in the spotlight. Take care. Bye bye.